Arabian Wolf. We got our Battleground 2014 review show here tonight. I also have Mario, Adam, and newcomer Perry in the hot seat. We're going to discuss it. We're going to dissect the show, pick it apart, and tell you what we thought, what our opinions are, and we're going to jump right into it. Before we get there, let me introduce the PWF crew. Mario, how's it going?
I'm doing good, man. Doing pretty good. Glad to be back on the show.
Absolutely.
And
if you want to give yourself a shout out on Twitter?
Yeah, you can follow me at Golden Eagle 0462 on Twitter.
All right, cool. And Perry, how's it going, man? Thanks for coming on the show. It's your first time. How you feeling?
Dude, it's a pleasure of mine. I'm glad to be here. I'm glad to be talking wrestling with you guys. And I just checked out the show a few days ago, and you guys are just awesome. I'm glad to be here. And let's talk some wrestling. You can follow me on Twitter at the PTE Show. You know, shameless plug there. Sorry, got to do it.
Awesome, brother. Looking forward to working with you in the future. Thanks again for coming on. And, of course, the one-man band over there, Mr. Bad News Barrett.
Yes.
Alumni, Bullet Club member.
Yes.
Captain Awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, I got an intro at last, finally. But yeah, it's good. It's good. Yeah, it's not bad. You know, still need to work on it. But yeah, it's good. But yeah, it's good to be here. I'm not hosting. I'm letting my pal host tonight. So it's good to have a seat back and relax, and talk about wrestling. So yeah. So if you want to follow me on Twitter, you can at Captain3Awesome. Which, if you're fans of me, do that. Follow me. I'm getting new guys, new followers every day. So it's good. And yeah, and subscribe to us as well. Broadcast Wrestling Fallout. Subscribe. Yeah,
Back to me. All right, yeah. Once again, guys, don't forget, just like Adam said, make sure you guys subscribe on YouTube, Podcast Wrestling Fallout, like our page, join the group on Facebook, Podcast Wrestling Fallout, or follow us on Twitter at PWF is War. Ultimately, in my opinion, I thought we had a pretty lackluster show last night. I thought they could have delivered a little better coming off of Money in the Bank. It wasn't as strong as I thought it would. It looked better on paper. I was a little upset with it, but it had its perks here and there. We're going to jump right into it. Mario, what did you think of the first match on the pre-show? It was Fandango versus Adam Rose with the clear distraction win with the party foul. What did you think of that match and the outcome? What did you think of Summer and Layla being down there?
I've said my opinion on this storyline a lot of times already. So, I mean, it was pretty much just a time filler match for the pre-show, and, you know, just to, like, I guess, bring people in, I guess, which probably did not work that much. It was pretty bad. But, I mean, I didn't watch the pre-show. I watched it today and this morning. So, I mean, no intrigue there.
Yeah, it was announced last minute. I don't know how much people were really looking forward to it, and it was an improv match. It was short. Hopefully they have something better for Fandango in the future. We're going to take it over to Perry now. What was your thought on the match and the outcome?
To be honest with you guys, I really didn't see it. I kind of tuned into the pre-show pretty late. I kind of tuned in towards the Cameron Naomi part. So I can't really say exactly, but what they're doing with Fandango, I really don't understand. This guy's a credible mid-carder. This guy was easily one of the top-tier guys for the IC title last year, and for some reason, maybe it was the injury that he had, for some reason he's lower on the card here. And with the whole thing with Summer and Layla, trying to recreate, I guess the beautiful people in TNA, or maybe even recreate Late Cool. Yeah. I guess that's a good addition, but we all know Summer's not as talented as Michelle McCool in the ring, so I guess we'll just have to see where this love triangle really goes. I'm tired of seeing it. I'm sure everybody on the panel here is too. So.
Yeah. All in all, I got to tell you, the brief stint he did have out there last night was probably a couple minutes, but you could really see how he performs when he's alone and when he's serious, and his punches are better, his snaps are better, he has better flow in the ring, he's more consistent. And I think this is going to do wonders for him. At the moment, it's pretty boring and dull, like you said, the love triangle shtick. But going into the future, I think it's going to play out well, and him running solo is his best bet. We'll shoot to Adam. What did you think?
Well, as Perry said, I didn't really watch the pre-show. When I knew it was going to be Fandango versus Adam Rose, to be honest with you, I wasn't have any interest in seeing it, because I'm not really a fan of this feud going on at the moment with Fandango and Adam Rose, or a bit Dolph Ziggler involved. It's just, and Summer Rae and Layla thing is just. They're trying to create Lay Cool again, but I don't think they can't do it again. I think they should leave it be. But yeah, I knew Adam Rose won. Doesn't surprise me. Again, they're treating Fandango like crap. Yeah, I mean, he could have been last year IC champion. Even Austin predicted he was going to be 6 months in time. He was going to win the IC title belt, but that didn't happen because maybe his injury, concussion he had. I don't know. It would have been nice to see it, but yeah, that's all I've got to say about it.
All right, yeah, I could definitely agree with you guys on that. I don't blame you for missing it, to be honest. Jump right into it. We'll breeze through this one. Cameron versus Naomi. Altogether, I honestly believe Naomi is arguably one of the most talented wrestlers in the Divas division, the women's division, as some like to call it. But I feel like she should be doing something better. I thought she would win last night. Unfortunately, she didn't. They're going to continue to feud and drag it out. I'm not a fan of it. But what did you think of the match, Mario? And what do you think of the feud going into the future?
I kind of agree with Cameron going over on this one, you know, to like drag the feud on. But I mean, if it was entertaining, I would be glad that it's gonna be dragging on. But since it's not, I really don't care for this little feud between them. Naomi is, of course, you know, very talented in the ring. She's probably in the top 5 in the main roster, behind probably Natalia. But I mean, again, I'm not intrigued by the feud at all, or the match or anything. So I mean, it's just a bunch of Total Diva plugs going on. That's about it.
We all need that, don't we? Yeah. Total Divas plugs.
Anything for Total Divas, I guess.
It's got to exist somewhere, unfortunately, for us. We have to deal with it. But we'll shoot over to Perry. What did you think of the match and the outcome if you did happen to see the end of it?
I did see towards the middle of the match, and I agree with Cameron going over. I think that was overall the better, result, because I think Naomi's the future of the Divas division. There's no question about it. She's going to be Divas champion. There could be, maybe within the next year. But the dissolution of the Funkadactyls, especially with Brodus Clay getting released a couple of weeks ago, it was inevitable. We all kind of saw it coming even after Brodus did get released. I think it was time for Naomi to move on. I think Naomi's way too, experienced. I think she's too good of a wrestler to be used in such a comedy role. And I agree with Cameron going over just for the fact of, keeping the feud going on, because this feud has a chance of going personal. Because I remember mentioning on my Battleground review that you can check out on my channel, I said that having the Bellas maybe feud too, that could be a very personal feud, and it could help bring the Divas division up to, the standards of how it was in 2003 with Trish and Lita and all of them. Mm-hmm. And I think that just making this feud personal is what needs to happen to help the Divas division grow.
I agree. When you make things personal, it becomes more real, and that's the thing wrestling's been failing to draw from, is the realness factor. In the reality era, in my opinion, ever since after WrestleMania 30, they've been getting edgier, and they've been starting to, better flow, better direction, more sensible storylines. So I'm looking forward to what they have in store for us, honestly. But yeah, I wasn't a big fan of the match. A little better than I thought it would be. Any last thoughts, guys, before we jump into the main show?
Well, you didn't ask me, but it's fine.
I must have.
You just missed me. You're like, oh, he doesn't care about my opinion about anything.
Yeah. I was just gonna get on to the main show.
You got the guy who created PWF. Okay. but yeah, well, luckily I don't have anything really to say about it, because I didn't watch it. Cameron and Naomi didn't interest me. I know Naomi's very talented. She is, and I did predict yesterday on the prediction show that Cameron was going to win. I know you guys, I think Paul and someone, Diane Claw didn't think that was going to happen, but it made more sense Cameron would have won, because, the feud's going to be much longer. I think it'd be kind of stupid if it's just one short match, like short feud, and then that's it. It doesn't make sense, because it's for Total Divas as well. I think this will carry on Total Divas. So yeah, it's going to get more personal, and I think in the whole it will probably benefit Naomi. I think she will end up winning the war. Cameron's winning the battle at the moment, but Naomi will win the war for sure. She's more talented. I think Cameron's going to be lost in the woods or something. So.
Yeah, when we saw her on commentary, man, she was just seemed like she was belligerent. No one, what was she doing? It's so unprofessional. It's just very uncanny performance, in my opinion. I didn't even know what that was. It was embarrassing. I was honestly embarrassed for her, and I don't like her, to be completely honest. So.
I just can't. When she's on the TV, I just like to change my channel.
I know. I hit the mute button.
I just can't stand her.
Yeah. Any last thoughts, guys, before we jump into the main show? Or the kickoff match was Rowan Harper, the Wyatts versus the Usos for the titles. 2 out of 3 falls.
Yeah.
All right. We'll jump right into that. No, that's all right, man. My fault. But yeah, we're gonna jump right into that match. I thought this was match of the night, in my opinion. It stole the show. 2 teams with the caliber of talent that they have. It's gonna happen every single time. To me, that was the definition of what tag team wrestling should be, and I think they went out there, they put on a great performance. They had the crowd out of their seats the majority of the match, and that's what it's all about. You can't beat that. We'll go to Mario. What did you think of the match, and what stood out to you?
This was the match of the night for me, too. The finish of the match was kind of like the high spot for me with the double splash, right, off the top rope.
Yeah.
The win. Yeah. It was a pretty good match, except for that second fall the Usos got. It was a pretty sloppy roll up, and you can totally see that. Who was it? Was it Rowan or Harper that got pinned in that one? I think it was Harper, right?
It was Harper, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was Harper.
Yeah, well, I mean, his shoulder was up, and the referee still counted 3, it looked pretty dumb to me. I mean, but whatever.
Yeah,
that's referees for you.
The pins and the kickouts and the finishers and the kickouts, the anticipation, they brought it to the climax of the story, and that's what they did. They told a great story. What did you think of the match, Perry?
I completely agree with you. I think this was definitely match of the night, possibly match of the year in the tag team divisions, actually. And what I really liked about this match was the fact that they keep adding more to the feud, because we've seen this match, we've seen these matches happen over the last few weeks on Raw and at Money in the Bank, and they keep adding more fuel to the fire. And I think last night at Battleground was like the tip of the iceberg. Although I thought the Wyatt family should have won, I think it would have made them look extremely good. Having them go over in a 2 out of 3 falls match, it wouldn't have necessarily done anything to the Usos because they're pretty much established for what they're going through right now. Give the titles to the Wyatts and let them kind of roll with it for a little while. At least wait until the Ascension comes up and then have a Wyatt Ascension feud. Try and bring the tag team division up, because right now you have Ryback, the Rhodes brothers, the Usos, and the Wyatts. That's your 4 teams in the tag division.
And Los Matadores as well.
Oh yeah, well, which one? There's one of them hurt now. He's not even, he's sitting in a hospital bed with his bull.
Who cares?
Don't forget the Ascension are going to be called up soon too, and you guys got like guys like Steen and Devitt, Kenta, they're looking at Strong, making transitions into NXT, taking over for the guys that are getting called up.
Yeah, Kenta too.
Yeah.
Oh, man, that was
so going to be a tag team though.
He's going to be good.
But all in all, though, I thought the match was pretty good. I thought the first 2 falls were sort of anticlimactic, though. I didn't like the first 2 falls. I understand why they needed to happen to build up suspense and build up, to the 3rd fall itself. But all in all, it was a pretty good match. I completely agree with you when you said match of the night.
Yeah, I couldn't believe it when it started off a little slow, to be completely honest, but when it got going, and WWE thinks very highly of these guys. They were given like a 25-minute slot to go out there and do pretty much anything they wanted, and they over-delivered, and that's what makes a great wrestler, in my opinion. Adam, what did you think of the match? What did you think of the outcome?
Oh, well, the outcome, I was disappointed that, the Usos won. I was going with the Wyatt family. I thought it was the right time to pull the trigger on the Wyatt family to win the titles. I think it will get them more established as a tag team, and I think it was time. The Usos held the belts very well. I like them. They're a great tag team, but it's, as I said before, it's time to change its ways. They've been kind of a bit dull for me, and I was really shocked that the Usos won. There was, I think the roll up. I think one of the Usos roll up for Harper. I thought that was a kind of bad roll up to me, kind of looked botched to me.
Off the mat.
Yeah. I did like that spot with is it Eric Rowan when he lifted the 2 Usos from the top corner, from the top rope. He just put them down like a superplex, both of them. That was pretty awesome spot, and this double super kicks to Luke Harper. That was really awesome as well, and the splash. But yeah, I mean the match quality delivered. I didn't think it wasn't going to. They had many matches, Raw, SmackDown. I think they always add something extra to the match. You know, it was so close, near forward hip. You know, it could go either way, and the end the Usos won. But hopefully, you know, Wyatt family do win the titles eventually. Maybe at SummerSlam they'll get another chance. But we'll see how it goes. I think the feud isn't end. It hasn't ended. No, I don't believe so. Yeah. But I would say match of the night so far. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Could be
think
match of the year for a tag team division, as you said. So,
yeah, I'm sure we're all on common ground when it comes to that. That's definitely match of the year when it comes to the tag team division. And then we did have Wyatt's versus the Shield this year too, but that was a 6-man tag.
Yeah.
But still, it's in its own right. It is, yeah, that's definitely match of the year. You know, good storytelling, and you know you're good wrestlers when you guys wrestled each other hundreds of times, numerous occasions on live television and house shows, and you can still keep it refreshing like they do. So yeah, definitely an interesting feud, and I want to see more of it. Tip of the iceberg, like you said before. But yeah, we're gonna move forward into the next spot. I believe it was Dean Ambrose attacking Seth Rollins backstage during an interview he was giving, and ended up having the security rip them off. We saw Joey Mercury again. We saw Jamie Noble as a little WWE reunion. But yeah, Triple H comes back there. They kick him out. He doesn't want him in the building again. And what happens? Seth Rollins comes out, cuts a promo saying Dean Ambrose isn't here. He's not coming, and he's forfeiting. Lo and behold, I believe Seth Rollins was he making his way back up the ramp when Ambrose came out? I'm not really sure what happened. Got a little foggy on me.
Yeah, he did that. Yeah, I think he did. He was going.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, he came from the ramp, I think, or he wasn't from the crowd, I don't think, but yeah, he came.
I gotta tell you, man, it was like 20 people trying to pry those two apart, and they kept going at it back and forth. That was like 10 minutes long. I'm like, holy shit. And I honestly thought that was.
I thought it was epic. I thought it was a really awesome fight. I enjoyed it. I thought
it was.
They could have had it the whole night. I wouldn't care. But,
yeah, they pretty much did. There's parts here and there where we would just attack them again. And I loved every second of it, and that's besides the opening match. That was my second favorite part of the night, was Ambrose just fucking beating the hell out of Seth Rollins all around the arena. But yeah, we'll go over to Mario. What do you think of the beatdown both times and the promo with Seth Rollins?
I think he messaged me saying that he had to go somewhere for a minute, something about a door. He had to open the door. So,
oh, okay, all right. Well,
so I think you're gonna have to miss him and come back to him. So.
Hopefully you get back from the well, all right, Perry, save us.
All right, that's no problem. I got the charisma to do it. No, I'm kidding. But no, I personally liked the beatdowns and everything. Not just because it kept the match off the show, but it creates a suspense because we all know that Dean Ambrose. If this match actually happened, it would have been match of the night. We know that would have happened.
Yeah.
So setting it off and putting it off until SummerSlam to make it this big grand match and kind of creating the suspense for it at this show, because we all know that this show was pretty much the preview show for SummerSlam. A lot of the stuff that happened last night was used to promote SummerSlam.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I think I liked it. I personally liked it. I know a lot of the IWC didn't because we got to miss out on Ambrose and Rollins, but think about it. You're going to get it at a Big 4 pay-per-view now. I think that's a lot better than having it at a mediocre pay-per-view like Battleground. I personally liked it, and like you said, I completely loved them just beating the hell out of each other throughout the rest of the night. In the parking lot, backstage, all sorts of stuff. That was it was just awesome.
Yeah, Ambrose is relentless, man. I got to tell you, he is a lunatic. I think lunatic was trending last night.
Hashtag that.
For people that thought he was the weak link, man, he's got the biggest fan following, I think, thus far. I even like when he said on a Raw when they beat him down, he said, "Is that all you got?" He popped louder than Reigns does when he comes out for his entrance. So, but yeah, he has a very bright future. So does Rollins, so does Reigns. They're all breakout stars, right? But there's gonna be great things to come from them. You guys got any Adam? I think I almost skipped.
You need to skip me again. How can you forget me? How?
It's your show. Come on, dude, take it over.
Next time I'm gonna skip you next time when I host for sure.
After an 11-hour shift, I'm beat up, man. It gets
I think he needs some glasses now. But, yeah.
I need some shots. That's all right. Go ahead, Captain.
Yeah, I mean, the brawl, the fight between Ambrose and Seth Rollins was magic. It was great stuff. You know, I was disappointed at first when Triple H told Ambrose he wasn't going to compete. Told the security to take him out of the building. I was like, damn it. But you know, at least now they're saving it to SummerSlam, as you said, Perry. You know, it's a better pay-per-view. SummerSlam Battleground it didn't deliver yesterday, so it would have been probably overshadowed, and people probably wouldn't remember it. But yeah, indeed, it's going to be a great match. I mean, the feud's really boiling over. It's really doing great stuff. I'm loving it at the moment. And you said Ambrose is just crazy as hell. I'm loving he makes me laugh every time what he does. I mean, I thought he kind of, in the parking lot, I thought he was going to come out the ambulance. At one stage, I thought he was actually going to come out the ambulance or something. But he came out back of Seth Rollins' boot, so something. I wonder where he sleeps at night. But
how the hell he got in there?
Well, somehow he's small enough to get in there. I don't know how. Must be just a big boot.
I think Rollins
did leave the window
open. I think he left the window open, so that was crucial.
Pulled the back seat down, crawled into the trunk.
But he could have just stolen his car and just gone if he's left the window open. But yeah.
Pull a Stone Cold, flood it with some cement or something.
Like the DX Express.
What about the monster? What about the monster truck? Just run over it, like.
His Corvette was awesome.
But Ambrose can be the maniac and just like be a knife wielding maniac and just start scratching it up or something. He threw up that paint job a little bit.
Ambrose, he's gonna have great angles in the future. They're gonna let him do some fucking awesome stuff, man.
Yeah, I mean, he definitely has a bright future. All the Shield members does, and people were saying, as you said, Paul, people were saying he was the weak link. Well, he just proved them wrong. Like he wasn't the weak link, and he's getting a bigger pop than you could say better than the Reigns getting. You know, I think he's got much. It's much more. The fans are much more over with Dean Ambrose than Reigns.
He's definitely the most developed character-wise, and he's definitely the best total package out of the three. Rollins has the upper hand when it comes to in-ring ability, but Dean Ambrose is a total package, and that'll always exceed just in-ring ability. But yeah, any last thoughts, guys, before we move on into the Divas match? It was AJ Lever's page.
Yeah, no, but Mara didn't say anything, but anyway, never mind.
This was a very hyped match, AJ Lee versus Paige, and most people weren't expecting to get it at Battleground. They were expecting to work into SummerSlam somehow and build up to that. We got it at Battleground. You know, it was an okay match. I saw the direction they were trying to go, and I liked the idea that they had. Did they perform and execute as well as they should have? No. But these are two people that haven't worked together too much either, so I'm not going to blame it on them. As the feud progresses, as they work together more, I think they're going to build great chemistry, and it's going to be a feud that's going to reignite the Divas division. I think they really need this. We're going to go, Mario, I don't think is back.
No.
We'll go to Perry, saving us again. Clean enough over here.
It's just going to be my job on this podcast, isn't it?
Yeah.
He's taking over. He's taking over. He's bought.
Come on, Mario. No, but no, I completely agree with you. I think that the match was pretty disappointing, to say the least. I mean, I wasn't a huge fan going into the feud because of the whole frenemy stuff instead of going with the full-fledged Paige heel turn and everything, and I can understand where that would come from. Maybe if they did perhaps go for the Brie Bella, Stephanie McMahon thing, and then maybe make Nikki, has like the jealous sister because she was getting punished for what her sister did.
Right.
So maybe have Nikki kind of turn and have Nikki be kind of the big heel of the Divas division. So I guess do that. Maybe they didn't turn her heel because they didn't want her to overshadow Cameron's heel turn. But all in all, I thought it was kind of disappointing. I really didn't like it being at Battleground. It was very sloppy. Then again, Paige has been wrestling a lot sloppier on pay-per-views lately. I don't know what it's been. But
yeah.
AJ Lee looked pretty impressive, though. I mean, for this being her debut pay-per-view, or not her debut, her return pay-per-view match.
Yeah.
I think she did pretty well. I don't really want to put the 100% of the blame on Paige for being disappointed, but the majority of it kind of has to go to her. Because I didn't like this I don't like this frenemy stuff, basically, is what I'm saying.
I agree. Everyone hypes the match up so much to the point where you're sold on it being this 5-star match, and when it's not, you're so disappointed, and all you have is questions to ask. Why wasn't it as good? And there's a lot of factors that played into that last night. But But like you said earlier, Perry, this is it's a mediocre pay-per-view to build the SummerSlam. It's the preliminary pay-per-view leading into that show to build it up. So I think we're going to see another match from that SummerSlam. Maybe they could add a stipulation to it. By then, one of them, Paige or AJ Lee, or vice versa, could turn heel, add some fuel to the fire. So I'm interested to see where it goes, to be completely honest. One match doesn't dictate the flow of the future, so I think they have a lot more to come from them.
Very true. Very true.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, go ahead, Adam. Any last thoughts, or?
Yeah, I mean, of course, always have to have something to say. Always have something to say. You can't miss me. But yeah, man. As Perry said, I was really disappointed how it went with the match. I really expected high expectations for the match. I thought this is going to be what Divas match of the year. I was even that high about it. I thought it was going to be really good. Just let down. It was a few botches in the match. I thought Paige was for me was disappointing because I'm a fan of both, and Paige, just as you said, in pay-per-views she hasn't really made good matches. I mean, Raw and SmackDown she's much better. But when it comes to pay-per-views, I don't know if she's nervous or something that comes to play, but she doesn't look comfortable. And but yeah, I mean, AJ Lee looked fantastic in the match. She hasn't missed a beat. She returned only recently and had a match like that. She did her best to make the match quality good, but she couldn't do it. She regained the title. Of course, she wasn't going to lose. The feud will continue, I guess. I think maybe they'll have SummerSlam. Maybe they'll have a better match. Hopefully. I did like the counter when I think when AJ Lee did obviously the Black Widow, and then Paige got out of it. Then she did the Paige Turner. That was quite cool. One spot at that time, but yeah, I just disappointed, and she kind of cried as well. She just walked off crying, Paige.
Yeah, you can tell she was disappointed in the match quality.
Yeah, she wasn't happy. I think she knew it was a letdown, and she knows she let herself down. But maybe she'll get a second chance again at SummerSlam. But yeah. So
but fans will be fans, and they're gonna critique everything they can get their hands on. So if you stop watching Paige or stop liking her just for the pure fact that she didn't have one match wasn't good enough for you, then you weren't a real fan to start with.
Yeah, I'm still behind her, definitely.
Oh no, she's good. She's 21, 22 years old. Are you kidding me?
She's still young, yeah.
But with AJ being one of the top wrestlers in the Divas division, it's kind of hard to have a bad match with her.
It really is, yeah. The match was good. The direction was good. I liked the idea of what they were going to do.
Yeah.
Some execution was poor, and some things didn't hit on the hammer like they wanted them to. It's life. It's wrestling. Mistakes are going to happen. It's how you go after that mistake, what you proceed that from. Work on your stuff. She's going to get better.
Yeah. She's definitely, she's still young. She's going to learn her mistakes, and she'll learn from it. So she'll get better next time.
It's not about how hard you fall down. It's how you get up. And she's going to do fine. I think she's going to jump back right into it. No problem at all. But any last thoughts, guys, before we move into Rusev versus Swagger?
No. Just a little bit the buddy Paige and AJ Lee is a little bit too much.
Yeah, it's like that. It kind of shadows like somewhat of a
Mickey James
in a way. Not as creepy though. Not as creepy.
No.
Nowhere near as creepy. But yeah, let's jump into Rusev versus.
Well, they didn't kiss yet, no. But yeah.
Well, we're gonna go into the Rusev versus Jack Swagger. This was a very hyped match. They pulled the strings on this, and I've said it before. I'll say it again. When it comes to this was booking 101. They did a phenomenal job booking it. They did great build-up. USA versus Russia, I love it. It's cheap, but it works great. The fans are into it, so am I. The match was alright. I thought it could have been better. They had their back-and-forth moments, a couple of cool spots here and there. I remember I picked Swagger to win via disqualification. I thought Rusev was going to get disqualified or something. It turns out Jack Swagger got counted out, so I was completely on the other side of the fence with the outcome. But, the match was alright. The feud's going to continue, of course. And I got to tell you, when Jack Swagger hit that ring post, I thought he was legitimately locked out. He sold it well. Of course, Mario's still not here, so Perry's going to save us 3 times in a row batting cleanup. Go ahead, Perry. What do you think of that?
Please, right.
Come back in here. No, but match was pretty good, to say the least. Like you said, it was booking 101. It was perfect build-up to it. of course, what happened over the last few days in the current news really didn't help Russia's image, with the Malaysian Airlines stuff going on. You guys hear about that, by the way? I guess the news sites really did have a problem with Rusev and Lana's promo last night.
I honestly said it. I don't know if any of you guys rewatched the prediction show or saw it, but when we did the prediction show yesterday, I'm like, WWE has to be very careful how they do this because it's going to catch the attention of mainstream media, and they're going to overanalyze it, and they're going to make it some big deal. And that's what they did. It didn't get breaking news like people thought it would, but the news is out there, and people aren't happy with it. But they've been doing this storyline for months now, and they didn't say anything wrong, I don't think. People die every day in Detroit. No one acknowledges it, but one little petty thing here,
But what I didn't like about it, though, was the fact that they tried to use it to get heat on Rusev and try and get him over as, the super heel and everything.
Yeah, but what was the reference that she made? I believe it was...
He said that, America was to blame for the current events or something.
Afghanistan and
not like a straight shot, though, at the Malaysian Airlines. It's not a straight shot at that plane.
Well.
This isn't the first time it's happened, either. I mean, we already lost another flight that was from... it was similar to this, but that was a couple months back. I don't know. Yeah. It wasn't a direct reference, but yeah, she did quote something and people took it the wrong way.
And she did post a statement about apologizing and understanding.
Yes, people misunderstood it, and I think people did misunderstand it. Was it right? No. Was it overanalyzed? Yes.
Yeah, but I don't know. Some people take it too serious about it. I don't know. I think they should just, sometimes it's good to have real things occurring, coming how she said it. I didn't see a big problem with it, but I guess some people got offended by it, obviously America, but I don't know. Was it really that bad?
The only thing I really didn't like was the fact that they tried to use it to get heat on Rusev, and that was the only thing I really didn't like about it. But other than that, though, the match was pretty good. We all can agree on the panel here that there wasn't going to be a true winner because we all see this feud continuing.
Right.
They had to keep Swagger looking strong somehow without making him, look like a bitch, basically, and have... I was thinking something along the lines of Zeb throwing in the towel or something. Swagger didn't tap, go through that kind of storyline. Mm-hmm. And then maybe have, the rematch for Swagger, and maybe then have Swagger go over. But I think Rusev going over was good for his character. But, I just didn't really like, the fact that they kind of used that Malaysian airline thing to kind of get heat on Rusev. That's the only real critique I had about the match. Other than that, it was pretty good.
Yeah, the match was good. I can't wait to see what they're going to do with it tonight and what's going to happen, to be completely honest. Adam, what do you think of the match and the outcome?
I thought the match could have been better, but I did enjoy it. Still, I did like the match. It was, they're both beasts, and it's good to see that. And I thought maybe I knew Rusev was going to win, but I didn't know how he was going to win this because I thought maybe he's going to have a distraction. Thought maybe Lana's going to distract Swagger and he get a roll up or something, but he won by count out. Obviously, it would make more sense they did it that way because they want the feud to carry on. Because I think it would be just if they drop it now, it would be just waste of time and be really stupid. And since Jack Swagger's over with this, we the people again, over than ever. The crowds are behind him, and as you said, people are booing. They're giving, with Lana and Rusev, they are getting heat from the crowd. They are getting boos, they are getting those USA chants, You might not have liked what Lana said. You said that it was cheap heat, but he got the heat. So, in the end of the day, it's heat in the end of the day. So I don't really mind. But I thought the match was pretty good, but. Again, I did expect it a bit better. But we'll see. Maybe they'll have a rematch sometime. Soon. Yeah. So.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we can all agree there. Any last thoughts before we jump into the next match?
Well, Mario's back, so.
Mario, if you want. Unless he doesn't want to speak now.
Where you been? The Wyatt family.
Rusev versus Swagger.
He's alive.
It's good to know.
The match was okay. I mean, it wasn't like anything, spectacular or anything. It felt like a Raw kind of match to me. But I mean, the finish was kind of flat. It kind of felt flat to me, and I'm intrigued to see what happens at SummerSlam.
Yeah, we're all on the same page. The build up to SummerSlam looks really good so far, and a lot of good things to come tonight on Raw. We're gonna jump into the next match, which in my opinion, I thought this match was a letdown too. It was Bray Wyatt versus Chris Jericho. As far as it comes to match quality, I thought, they didn't do as well as people were considering them to do. It could have been better. There were some botches here and there. I tried to erase those out of memory. I don't take them into consideration, but something with the match for me, I don't know. It was okay, but I don't know. I feel like they just didn't click. Something wasn't right. And they did work together in NXT a couple of times and at some live events about a year back, but I don't know. Something wasn't clicking here. They weren't hitting on all cylinders. We'll go to Mario first. What did you think of the match and the Chris Jericho upset?
I was looking forward to this match a lot, to be honest. I was pretty hyped for it. I was pumped, and I was ready to watch it. And when I watched it, I was, disappointed, like everybody else probably was. The pace of the match was kind of slow for my taste, so I didn't really enjoy that part of it. There were a couple of botches here and there. Chris Jericho still looked pretty good out there, and so did Bray, but they just didn't, click. But yeah, I think it set up a match for SummerSlam with like some type of stipulation, steel cage or something like that. But Chris Jericho going over, I didn't see it coming, to be honest. But I mean, I guess it's good for the feud because everybody thought he was gonna lose tonight. I mean, last night. So it kind of gave like a fresh turn on his character. So he'll probably put him over at SummerSlam though. So I wouldn't worry about that.
Yeah, definitely. It makes one wonder if they put limitations on that match, considering the longevity it's going to have as a feud. But what did you think of it, Perry?
I agree that they did put some sort of, standard, well, not standards necessarily, but they put some sort of limitations on the match last night at Battleground. Like everybody in the panel tonight, it was very disappointing. These are two guys that, they captivate you with the sound of their voice. And for some reason, something didn't click last night. Something didn't, feel right. I found myself dozing off a few times during the match. But the finish is what I really didn't like. I really think that is actually what hurt Bray Wyatt more than losing the match with Jericho was the finish. Just the finish in general was just, it was awkward. I mean, sure, I guess it was one of those out of nowhere ones, like kind of like how Orton does a lot, but I didn't like it. I really thought that actually hurt Bray Wyatt's character a little bit more than the loss did, and the loss is actually used to make the SummerSlam win even much bigger because of the whole thing with him losing at WrestleMania. They want to try and pick up the Bray Wyatt character. But, yeah, that's about all I want to say about that. It was just very disappointing, but I am looking forward to the SummerSlam one. Hopefully it's a little better.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm sure they're gonna put on a good performance when it gets there. Honestly, just like you guys all said, something didn't click last night, and I'm still etching my brain at it right now. It's still bugging me, and I was upset too. I'm looking at my TV. I'm like, what the fuck? Come on, Jericho. Come on, Bray. Get it together. And the pieces didn't fit the puzzle, unfortunately. Adam, what did you think of the match and the outcome? I'm honestly disappointed that Bray Wyatt lost to a code breaker. I thought it would have been a better idea maybe have him climbing in through the ropes, get back in the ring, code breakers into the outside for a count out. I thought that would have been a better way to end it, honestly. But what do you think of the match and the outcome?
The outcome, I was really surprised how Jericho won the match. I just thought he's going to put Bray Wyatt over, as everybody thought. I think everybody thought that was going to happen. It didn't. That wasn't the case. I think the match quality didn't deliver as it should, because they did have the match on NXT last year, and I thought that was a really good match. And I thought, well, if they did it in NXT, I'm sure they can do it in a bigger pay-per-view, and it will deliver. And I thought it just didn't deliver. It was slow at times, and there were a few botches there. I just thought I was disappointed with Bray Wyatt in the ring as well. I mean, he's very. I thought he has improved in the ring, but he's gone I felt like last night he's gone back to his old ways. And Jericho, he did try his best. I mean, the code breaker coming out of nowhere was a bit shocked, and then he just beats him cleanly. I was like, oh, okay. I thought maybe the Wyatt family, well, the Wyatt family did get involved, but they got, obviously the ref told them to hit the bricks in the match, and yeah, I thought when the ref told the Wyatt family to go, I thought Jericho and Bray Wyatt will have a better match. Didn't happen, and hopefully, I'm assuming Jericho is going to put Bray Wyatt still over, probably SummerSlam and maybe a better pay-per-view. Maybe that's why. But I think it helps Jericho as well in one way. You know, he keeps, like every time he comes back, when he returns, he just put people over. You know what he's going to do. So he kind of was surprised that he surprised everybody that he won. People say it was an upset win, but hey, I wouldn't say it was a big upset win because he's a former, champion, undisputed champion. I mean, he's done it all. He's been WrestleMania, headline WrestleManias, and I don't know. I wouldn't say it was an upset win, but it was a surprising win. Yeah. But I think it has hurt. I think it has hurt Bray Wyatt in a way. I think it would affect I don't know how he will pick up. Hopefully he'll pick up in a good way, but we'll see what happens. I'm more anyway. Yeah.
A lot of people were worried on how he would bounce back from the losses to John Cena, and that it didn't hinder his growth whatsoever, just for the pure fact that his promo was so captivating. And the second he spoke the next night on Raw, he completely forgot about the night prior to it. So I think the same thing's going to happen here. The feud's going to continue. It's still going to have the momentum. It's not going to hinder his credibility in any way, shape, or form. He is going to go over at the bigger pay-per-view, and there is a bigger picture at the end of the story for us all to see. Any last thoughts, guys, before we head into the Battle Royal?
Well, I just go ahead. No, you go ahead. It's fine. Go on.
Well, I was just going to say that I think that the only thing that really saved Bray Wyatt from the John Cena thing was the fact that Jericho came back. Because I think if Jericho didn't come back, Bray would have just been lost in the wilderness.
Yeah, exactly. No pun intended. What the hell would he have been doing creative-wise? How would they have booked him if Jericho wasn't there to fill that void? That's a great question to ask. Who knows what he would have been doing?
Yeah, I mean, exactly. I mean, without Jericho returning, I think it will hurt Bray Wyatt's character. I think that, to be honest with you guys, I think the booking at the moment with Bray Wyatt is going the wrong way. I think they're doing it. I mean, look how many matches he's lost in the pay-per-views. He's like in a losing streak, I mean, but still he has that following. He still has people are still following. He hasn't lost a fan base. Maybe that's the one positive thing. I still believe, but someone like his talent, he should not be losing every pay-per-view. This is kind of ridiculous. So hopefully, so Jericho, I'm sure, is going to put him over. I'll be really surprised if he doesn't. He's not John Cena. He will put him over for sure, clean it. So, yeah.
Yeah, ultimately Bray Wyatt, he'll be the champion at the end of it. He'll be the guy on top when the story's over. Jericho won the battle, but Wyatt will win the war. I'm pretty sure it's obvious.
Yes.
Unless they have some completely different plan, a swerve of some type, but it seems heading forward. It's pretty predictable ultimately. You guys got any last thoughts?
No.
Nope, that's
All
it.
right, we're gonna jump right into it. This should be pretty easy to go through. It was the Battle Royal, and majority of the people were jobbers, but there was a couple of big names in there that were speculated to win. We had Jericho, we had Cesaro. I mean, not Jericho. I'm sorry. We had Cesaro.
No.
Gosh, I'm going backwards. Hit the rewind button. But no, we had Cesaro, we had Miz, we had Bo Dallas, we had Ziggler. Pretty much the four main guys that were that had the biggest chance of winning, most realistic. And the first time, I gotta say, the second I saw Miz roll out of the ring the first time, I knew that's how he was gonna win. He did it the second time, and then I saw the way Ziggler was firing around the ring, getting momentum, eliminating people, hitting moves left and right, drop kicks to the outside. He did a great job, honestly. Miz got the win, unfortunately. They're going to have him work a program, most likely with Ben Bear when he's back. Maybe do a side feud, a little side angle with Ziggler until then to keep him busy, keep the momentum going. Kofi's spot in the match was actually awesome. He had two good spots. And I got to say, how the fuck does this guy think of a new spot every time? Because I've been racking my brain every single time there's a Battle Royal. What's he going to do next? And I can't think of it. And he always delivers. But, yeah, good match. Ziggler definitely stood out to me more than anything in that match. What did you think about it, Mario?
He's just muted himself. Oh.
Mario.
No, yeah.
Go
Okay.
ahead,
There he
go
goes.
ahead, Harry. Cat got his tongue.
It's too much pressure for him, man.
No, fine. Sorry.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
yeah, go.
I really like battle royals, so I enjoyed the match. We had a bunch of jobbers in there, but like you said, we had some big names in there. I kind of predicted that James was gonna win, but I mean, I guess he didn't. It would have been pretty cool to see him with both titles. But Miz winning it was a huge bummer for me. I was actually going for Ziggler, but then Miz rolled out of the ring 3 times, and I was like, oh, how predictable, But the big part of this thing that I was really like disappointed on was Cesaro eliminated by Heath Slater. I mean, my God.
That's surprising. He's been on a losing streak himself.
I couldn't
And I'm
believe
starting
it,
to
man.
wonder, like, are they like not gonna go with him anymore, or are they gonna like hold him back until like later? So I'm just I just want to see him get pushed because I mean it was sad seeing him that happen. But I mean, the Miz as champion, I mean, I guess it's just a quick fill-in for Wade Barrett. So I mean, I'm not gonna complain too much about it, but I just don't like the Miz as a character. So I mean, it is what it is.
All right. Go ahead, Perry. What's your take on the battle royal and the outcome?
I thought the battle royal was built up very good. I think it was actually one of the more, I was more interested in this match than a lot of the matches on the card. Surprisingly, a lot of guys that were predicted to win, the Sheamus, Bo Dallas, Cesaro, and all of them. But I've been a Miz fan since like '07, so I'm damn happy he won. I was happier than hell when he came back and took the spotlight and everything. Of course, he got buried by Jericho, but I think this long-term plan that he's going to have with Sheamus with the mid-card titles, I think this can help build the mid-card division up a little bit more. Instead of kind of keeping 2 titles up for everybody to fight for, instead of just one main title. Keep the focus on that main title and bring the credibility back to that one title. I think Miz winning actually was a very good idea. I know a lot of people are going to say otherwise because nobody likes The Miz, but I think it was, no pun intended because of what's going on in Raw right now, but I think it was best for business.
Oh, great. Don't start with the A+ player stuff. He's not A+ player. The Miz is not A+ player. But
I'm honestly a fan.
I give him a C. Maybe a
I
C.
think he has good heel work. I think he actually has good character development, good heel work, and he's pretty strong in and out of the ring. So I honestly don't have a problem with Miz winning. But he kind of did steal the spotlight, like you said before. It wasn't expected either. So I don't know. Do I have a problem with it? Absolutely not. I think Miz will do something good with it. It'll keep it relevant until Barrett returns. I think that's the main goal at this time. So, any other thoughts, Perry, before I move to Adam?
Other than Ziggler was the MVP of the match, that's about it.
Agreed. Yeah. Without a doubt, man. He really showed up. He really did steal the show in that match. Go ahead, Adam.
Yeah, I mean, the Battle Royal overall was I thought it was pretty good, entertaining at times. The beginning was a bit slow. I mean, Carly was in it. He eliminated 2 guys and then eventually everybody eliminated him. I thought that was going to happen. That spot Kofi did was pretty awesome. I don't know. He landed on Big E. I think because Cesaro throwed him out. And at one stage I thought, oh, is he going to get Cesaro out? I was like, oh, okay. I was like, I don't know how he does it. He does those spots. I don't know how he does it. I thought Cesaro would win, but he didn't. I was shocked as hell that Heath Slater to eliminate Cesaro. I was like, am I seeing things or did that just happen? I was like, really? I mean, This guy has been in a losing streak, and Cesaro, and he eliminated a guy who won the Battle Royal in WrestleMania, the Giant Battle Royal. He just eliminated it. I was like a huge shock, but the people gave him a big pop for that, and eventually got eliminated. I can't remember by who, maybe Bo Dallas or something. But yeah, in the end, who stole the show? Dolph Ziggler, of course. He always steals the show. It's a shame that he didn't win. Obviously, The Miz one, I was kind of disappointed with that, but you kind of see it coming because he keep leaving the ring, he keep hiding under the ring. I was like, oh, he's gonna win this, isn't he? I was like, and he did, and I was like, and the commentators was like saying, oh, how did the Miz come out? He came out of nowhere, but they already know. I could see the camera is right next to him.
He was on camera like 3 times.
Like,
exactly.
He's there. You could see him. How could they not? They think we're stupid or something. I was like, come on, guys. Oh, I don't know unless they're stupid or I don't know what they was watching. But yeah, I mean, he just crept and he won. And now we'll see. I think it's going to be Dolph Ziggler. I think the Miz they're going to feud for the IC belt for a few months until yeah. That's it really, and until Wade Barrett comes. Well, when Bad News Barrett comes back. So hopefully Bad News Barrett take that belt from the Miz quickly. But yeah, but it's good. Maybe we'll see something fresh with the Miz going back to his old ways, 2009, 2011 years when he was actually quite good. So yeah, that's it. Go back to you.
Yeah, I gotta tell you right now, before we move forward into the main event, Triple H is trolling the shit out of the IWC right now, live on Raw. It's phenomenal.
I know, dude.
He really knows how to fucking push people's buttons, man. One of the best ever. Let's move into the main event. We had Kane versus Randy Orton versus Roman Reigns versus John Cena, WWE World Heavyweight Champion. And, I thought the match was good. It had its strong points, it had its weak points, but overall, they kept it good. It was a solid match. Winning is pretty inevitable. We saw the leak last month. We saw the build-up to it. We saw the video leak. So it's pretty much inevitable that it's Lesnar versus Cena at SummerSlam pay-per-view. I'm looking forward to it, especially to see Cena get the throne of his titles by Brock Lesnar, the Beast Incarnate. I've been tweeting Heyman every day, Unleash the Beast, and it's finally today. So, yeah, I enjoyed the match, and overall, it's Battleground about, I'd say it's like I'll give it an 8. 7.5.
Yeah, Randy Orton's coming down to the ring now. But yeah.
Go ahead, Mario. Let's try to finish up quick while the show's kicking off.
Okay. The main event sucked. Cena won. The best part of the match was probably Roman Reigns going like, all over the place and hitting drop kicks left and right on everybody, which is pretty cool. And they teased him winning the title, and I kind of wanted him to win the title because nobody likes Cena. But yeah, match sucked. So I'll give the show like a 4 out of 10 stars from me. This was
wow.
It was not
it's
a
like a
show. It felt like a Raw to me, to be quite honest. So I mean, 4 out of 10. Terrible job.
I think it was like a bad Raw day.
Yeah.
It had a lot of weak points, and there was a lot of times I was, it was really hard to sit through it and watch the program. But it did have its strong points too. It had its pros to the show. Dean Ambrose attacking Seth Rollins throughout the night was cool. The opening match was great. The Battle Royal finished very strong and anticlimactic, in my opinion, being a huge Ziggler guy waiting for him to get a push. But I thought it was good overall. The show was alright. 7.5, 8 is my opinion. What do you think about it, Perry? What's your overall opinion on the main event and the overall quality of the show?
Well, first off, I want to say that Mario just completely Bret Harted that match. 4 out of 10. Just completely Bret Harted it.
Bret Hart, yeah.
But I got to agree with everyone saying that the MVP of this match was indeed Roman Reigns. His endurance over the last several months of his career has just grown over time, and I'm so amazed because of how big he is and how well he's able to wrestle in the ring, especially now that, he's not wrestling tag team matches with Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose anymore, and he's able to withstand his own in the main event. And, of course, we had to see the Super Cena inevitable ending, of course. We're going to see him feuding with Brock. But I was expecting some sort of Triple H coming in, maybe him being the reason why Roman Reigns didn't win the title. Kind of build up to that match because it doesn't look like they're trying to build up to it. It looks like they're trying to build up to like a Randy Orton Kane match, and it looks like they completely just blew up. That Mega Power kind of blew up last night. But overall, the show was pretty, like you said earlier on in the review, I thought it was lackluster. And I'm going to stand by what I said in my review. I'm going to give it a 5.5 out of 10. It was a meh pay-per-view. I mean, it's not going to be one to remember.
Yeah. Fortunately, 2 Battlegrounds now has not delivered. The one last year and this year. I think they should get rid of Battleground, to be honest with you. Unless you're gonna be War Games, then okay. But if you're not, just get rid of it. Yeah. But, is it my turn now? Or?
Yeah, go ahead, Adam. Finish off.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. At last, comes to me. But yeah, I mean, the main event, I wouldn't say it sucked. You know, yeah, I know Cena won the match. Predictable. Everybody saw it coming. He done the same finish what he done at Money in the Bank. He's probably doing the same finish for years. The 2 hour adjustments. Yeah, he gets the win. Same old. But overall, the quality match was actually quite good. I thought it was gonna be bad, but I thought it was actually pretty good to fail forward. You know, I did expect maybe Triple H might appear, maybe cost Roman Reigns. You know, there's rumours Triple H versus Roman Reigns at SummerSlam, which I think is still going to happen, but he didn't appear. Brock Lesnar didn't come out after Cena won. I thought Brock Lesnar was going to come out and attack Cena and see that feud build up to SummerSlam, which is going to happen. And I think Brock Lesnar's coming tonight on Raw, and you know, he's going to be Plan C. Heyman tweeted on Twitter. He's been hinting it. So I think, of course. But with Reigns, he stole the show. He showed that he isn't overrated, and for a big guy of his size, he moves very good. He's improved so much from the Shield. You know, having Steph Rollins and Dean Ambrose in your back corner helps as well. So he has delivered really well. But I think it was too soon to pull the trigger on Roman Reigns winning last night. I think down the line, maybe next year, him win the title. We don't want a second version of Cena. If they push him down our throats, it will go horribly wrong. But yeah. But I'm going to give the pay-per-view a 6. Yeah. I'm going to be a bit kind. I'm a little bit kind. I'm going to give it a 6. I'm going to give it a 5 or 4.
No heel turn tonight.
No heel turn. No, I'm being kind. Maybe because I'm tired. But yeah. Disappointing pay-per-view. I expect high expectations. Really disappointed.
Yeah, it was a decent overall show. Definitely could have been better, but it was lackluster in my opinion. We're going to go ahead and close up the show, Mario, real quick, if you want to give your plugs to the people.
Yeah, you can follow me on Twitter at GoldenEagle0462.
All right, awesome. And Perry, once again, thanks for coming on to the show. Great addition to the discussion. Go ahead and give yourself a shout-out.
Well, you guys can come follow me at the PTV show. I will be live tweeting during Raw right after this review, and also I'm sure I'll be on here tomorrow when you guys do your Raw review. I'm sure I'll definitely be up for that. You guys can come check out my YouTube channel, you know, Perry the Entertainer, and I want to thank the nation for helping me get to this point. Thank you guys for having me.
Thank you for coming on. We really appreciate it. Great addition to the show. Go ahead, Adam. You want to head out strong? Give your plugs.
Yep. Yeah, just of course you should if you want to follow me on my Twitter again, my personal one, which is Captain3Awesome. Do that and subscribe. You know, subscribe to Broadcast Wrestling Fallout if you haven't already. Subscribe, spread the word, like us, share us. You know what to do. So head back, and it's good to have Perry on the show. So thanks to be on the show, man. So,
absolutely.
Thank you for having me, dude.
Yeah. So you're always welcome to come back. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, I'll definitely be up for
Mario
it.
too. Yeah.
Oh, we'll definitely be working together in the future, no doubt about it. A lot of good things to come. We've been saying it for weeks, saying it for months, and it's getting close to that climax. But yeah, we're gonna head on out for night. You know, thank you guys for watching our Battleground prediction show. Hope you guys enjoy Raw tonight. Make sure you follow us on Twitter at PWF is War, like the page, join the group on Facebook, Podcast Wrestling Fallout, and you can subscribe on YouTube, Podcast Wrestling Fallout. Don't forget, July 24th. 7:30 p.m. we'll have David Vig on the show, top rising star on the independent scene. We're going to interview him, pick his brain, see what it's like, struggle of a wrestler on a day-to-day basis. So make sure you guys are all here for that. We're looking forward to it. And from the PWF is War crew, we're out. Thank you.